Why, hello there, and salutations, my common folk. Anywho, right now we are currently traversing to our destination. I've just stopped at a convenience store to get some fried chicken that may or may not have bones in it. I'm hoping not because I'm about to take an actual chunk out of it. We'll see. I woke up hungry and I just sort of ignored it and went on the road, which is always fun. And then I also have lovely Minute Maid Zero Sugar, which it's hot ass, but it's the only normal drink that I saw in there that I could actually get that's like whatever. At least it's something to wash it down. And the only reason why I need something to wash it down is because it's spicy. So I need something to avoid the spice. Look at all the wondrous nature around me in the convenience store. Smack dab in the middle of it all. But hey, turns out I had no bones. I lucked out, and this is amazing. Fun stuff. So in recent news, I got sidetracked. Just a tiny bit, you know, just enough for the cat to be curious, not to be killed. Usual stuff. So I still got 30 minutes, give or take. Oh, that's the sun. I still got 30 minutes, give or take, on my original destination. But I was driving past, and at this point, every now and then when I drive and I see little landmarks, I go, "Oh, that would be nice to go to." I think, I think this is nice to go to. I'll get a better scenic thing at the actual rock, but right now, I just want to fiddle around and be stupid. So there's that. But let's go ahead and check it out, shall we? Now let's play a very special game I like to call Real or Quicksand, which right now, everything looks real enough, so I can't complain as long as my footing is solid. Because speaking of that, right, the only reason why I have that own mental game inside my head, right, is because quite frankly, I've ended up on some trails where it was a bunch of knee-high grass, right? And as a result of the knee-high grass, as you can see, little puddles and stuff. I don't know if you can see or not. But as a result of it, right, I stepped in it only to realize it was like a little bog thing, and I nearly lost my shoe on multiple occasions. And for some reason, it's always the right. I tied it tighter, it's still always the right. I guess that's I'm putting all my weight on that or something. But I'm almost to the promised land. Just a little bit longer and I can reach it. But dear God, there's a lot of puddles and I'm not trying to track water into my car like that because I did not bring a towel this time, sadly enough. Ah, my mortal enemy. Rocks that trigger my inner meridians. It's hard to see and I don't want to scare them off, but we have achieved How to Train Your Dragon status, folks. We now see... Okay, well, they just flew off. Anywho, we now see birds on one of these weird rock things that are just flying by, showing us how majestic it truly is. But look at this, dude. This is nice. Excuse my slight out of breathness. I had to keep getting stabbed in my little arch of my foot in order to just even get here. This is always a fun thing when you got to catch yourself. Look at them. They're just chilling. Because originally, pigeons are like little cliff boys. That's why you see them build nests just wherever. Because they interpret human architecture as a cliff, which in hindsight doesn't really work out for them on some occasions. Don't quote me on it, but that's at least my understanding of it. But look at this.
It's truly majestic. Almost as perfect as I am.
Oh, okay, well, I almost ended up soaking wet. Well, not completely, just, one side would have had to take the plunge there. Day number 19, update. I've gotten a measly 20%. Oh, wow, my brain. Anywho, I've gotten a measly 20% from the cliff face of the rock. And there is no physical way for me to magically make it across this cavern unless I take the plunge. But sadly, I'm not that much of a daredevil to try. Look at it. So lustrous, so beautiful. Not even my camera can capture its splendor. And it even has children. Good thing they're bigger than it, because if not, they would have surely devoured it. And yes, fish actually do that, by the way. If they notice that you're, hold up, let me zoom it out so it's not as nauseating. If they notice that, they can fit you in their mouths more often than not. Oh, dude, look at this. Oh, that's cool. Hold on, can I? Here we go. There's a little crab guy in there. He's chilling on Mr. Urchin Boy, whatever that is. I don't know, dude. But look at that. Anyhow, if they notice their mouth bigger, they will eat you. That's usually how fish roll. They are like very chill with cannibalism to the highest degree. They really don't care. Hey man, I don't know. He bite size. Why bite size if not food? You know. So that's a cool fact about fish, I guess. Yeah. Were you amazed? Were you intrigued? Oh God, dude. Okay, so weird noise because I fell in this like little slanted groove here. I almost slipped. That would have been fun. And then the other like, oh God, was because I ended up, of course, unlocking my inner meridians again. Because it's always these sharp rocks, dude. It's ridiculous. Eventually, I'll invest in hiking boots, but I ain't got money like that. I'm cheap. So we gonna make sure that we stay as efficient as possible. That being said, with the journey of my inner meridians being unlocked, I shall now go across these lands. Oh, cool, little water pocket. Look at that. You can really smell the salt water, dude. I'm just waiting for like a really big crab to just show itself, just so I can mess with it. It's like, I'm not scared of crabs or anything else that, you know, can grab me, so long as I'm bigger than it, right? The obvious thing. And then I can flip it around. Hopefully it gets me properly. But yeah, flip it around, just immediately meet almost devastation. But I'm not scared of crabs for the simple fact of I am human. I have stick. If I find something that can touch you for me, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Yes, thank you. And you find it quite interesting how 90% of the time that tends to work out the way you think. It's the other 10% when they decide, if he's poking me with a stick, I might as well just Hail Mary and dash at him. Which at that point, you know, things are up in the air, you know? So, as you can see at this current moment, we are in this lovely little pocket of a cliffside over here. Okay, without the sun trying to give my lens a solar flare. Oh, I am on some slightly sharp rocks. But, you know, in this case, whenever you're going up a hill face, you want a sharp rock. Mainly because, yeah, they might stab you, but hey, it's a good rock that, you know, you can catch. But look at that. I don't know if I'm doing it any justice. I tried, okay? You can't blame me. I tried. Dear God, dude, stop! Ah! I keep turning my head and it keeps blinding me. It says solar flare! You're done for. It says stop. I don't want to do this anymore. All right. So there's other stuff here, but it's just more sand and rocks. You know, more the default preset that coastal areas tend to have. But look at that. This whole area is like one shallow tide pool spot. But there's like an old guy fishing like by the rocks I went to. I'm like away from the rocks now. I'm about to actually go to my originally intended destination. But there's an old guy by the rocks just fishing. He's chilling, man. He's having a fun time. I can't blame him. It's nice. Said, when in doubt, nature it out. Apply that to most things in life. Whether it be driving or just in general hiking, because nature is the freest thing you can destroy or, experience. So we are currently in a parking lot of some kind. Now, tell me why, right? The directions make absolutely. I had to decide if I want to take off my headphones there, because it's like whenever I talk, I move a lot. Got to put emphasis and stuff. But tell me why, right? None of these parking lots want to make sense, and I'm always having to do last minute guesses, because my own Google Maps wants to sit there and tell me stuff last minute. Granted, I'll give it credit. Every now and then it goes, "Oh, turn left at this light." Thank you. That's nice. Notified ahead of time. Relaxing. And then it turns into, turn right. I'm kind of up on the turn as is. What do you mean turn right? Turn right. Okay. Way to make things complicated. So we're gonna walk around here for a bit, figure out where to go. Besides, I'm seeing a bunch of ponds with tadpoles in it. That's cool. I like reptiles. I like frogs. I like all things slimy. But we'll walk around for a bit, figure out where we need to go, and go from there. I have figured out where to go. But in recent news, because I know some of you might not check out my Instagram and, see the actual picture, here's ball red flower thing. I don't know. It's a ball of red. That's all it is. But I got it says 5 minutes by car. So general rule of thumb is it's going to be 30 minutes, give or take, based on my walking speed, which I walk pretty fast. So realistically 15 minutes, because I've been hitting the gym and stuff, walking around. But dear God, dude, just imagine a mosquito problem over here because of all this open, still water. It's an actual swamp. But I'm at the tail end, apparently, in the parking spot that's, for the people that don't mind to walk. A bit of a distance, it's whatever. And gotta say, we are in for a journey, folks. We are in for a journey. I was about to make a joke about I'm lost in this 4.5-foot size maze, only to see a giant Charlotte's Web over here. It takes up some perspective, right? So it's from to which right? Oh, there's anchors and stuff too, dude. All that just for that? Are you serious? And you're tapping the web. You're doing spider things. You're trying to sense. What if I just kick? Just let my intrusive thoughts win. I will claim victory. So very hot day, very prickly bushes. Always a bundle of fun when you find spiders involved with it as well. Right now we're walking down to a little coastal portion of the original intended destination, which we are at now. I see little small crab boys and a glorious, glorious view of sand and rocks. And, coastal waters. But hey, if we find anything, particularly interesting, we'll do that too. Hey, look at this. Good enough, Actually, extremely good. That I get a better angle and I can look at it like that. Hey, it's nice stuff. What did you say? Day number 85. I walk this lonely coast alone, trapped on this land, suffering eternally. An aimless wanderer, lost in these, I don't know, big word, decadent lands, if that means what I think it means. Because I know desolate is its own thing, right? And then decadent is something else, but that's the word that came to mind. And usually I trust my brain whenever it comes to words, so hopefully I was right in that. But I wanted to start this one up because a thought occurred to me, me making random speeches aside. As long as I've been on these impromptu hiking trip things, which isn't long, but still, it's a fair bit to say, hey, I did something. Oh, hey, baby crab, cool. But I have noticed, for some reason out here, mosquitoes hate me. Now, am I complaining about that? No, not at all.
I can sit outside peacefully and not have to worry about a single mosquito trying to bite the mess out of me. And I gotta say, it feels good having poisonous blood, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Something stupid like that. But I say that as I get attacked by a bug, but it's not a mosquito. Hey, that's what I mean, though. That's what I mean.
Like, look at this. I only saw him because he moved. Can you spot the crab? It can't even focus because I need to move back. Well, hello there, little one. How are you this fine evening? Hopefully as good as I am, because I have the eyes of a hunter. And you, dear God, I'm moving everywhere. And you have been found. Move. Prove me right. You proved me right. Thank you. I've temporarily scared this lovely little... Okay, I lost track of him. Hold up. I temporarily scared this lovely little whatever you are. It's hard to follow him when I'm zoomed in. I'm like having to like look back into reality, into a corner so you can see him. Look at him. He's just chilling. What a nice lad. Panicking and all.
Now this is a cave I can get behind. Nice, simplistic, only one point of entry, hopefully. Only one point of entry. The only shame of it is that there's a buttload of trash and God knows what else lurking in whatever crevice that it happens to find. Because it's like right above the actual plants and stuff, you know, where stuff wants to live,
As opposed to barren cave on occasion. Ooh, and then we got little snail things. Look at them. They chilling. I can't tell if they're like alive or just, you know, perpetually stuck on there because they died on there. But yeah.
All right, so it's going to be hard to see here, but I also don't want to startle him, which I see he just got startled. But his buddies in the cave, look at that, right there in the center of the screen. That's the closest I've gotten to one without them immediately panicking and deciding to dash away. I mean, the main reason why is because, of course, this is like the most shallow pool imaginable. Oh, look at that. He was peeking out for a bit. Look at him. Can you see him? Look at that. Every time I get close, watch. Hide. I said hide, you coward. Or am I looking at a rock? No, that's him. Yeah, see? He's chilling. Look at that. What a lovely lad. I shall leave you alone and let you continue your life. I found what every man dreams of. His beloved creature, but multiplied by 1,000-fold. All these glorious fish. Truly a treat to behold. I've never been so overjoyed. Yes, now I can finally get a glimpse into my boy's future. Look at him. It's beautiful stuff. And I'm pretty sure he's just albino. There's no like actual color reason behind it other than birth defect. Look at him just chilling, dude. Well, glad to see I know how big he's gonna get in the future. Which, I mean, kinda expected it around that size. Nice to get a heart confirmed. Be careful of the water. You never know what hides beneath its glare. Truly remarkable. Don't you think? Look at these boys.
Must say, our little tower that we on, he's a lot higher than I thought he was. Cause at first I just shotgunned it up the stairs, right? Then I saw an elevator at that halfway point. I'm like, then what's the point, you know? Cause why put an elevator? You should gatekeep the good stuff and make the ones who actually try experience the joys of it. But I get it. Want to be all inclusive, all that fun stuff. But needless to say, as I started going up the stairs, once I hit that halfway point, I was already like iffy. The stairs quickly reminded me of the existence of said elevator. Now, did I take it? No, because I already committed to the bit. But, dear God, was I regretting not taking a quick little shortcut, you know, something to be easier on the legs. So I'm doing this because I'm in a restaurant by myself at the current moment, but I have ordered some noodles and some juice in order to re-energize, I guess you could say. And then from there, there's an aquarium nearby that we might hit up. But right now, at least time-wise, I don't think that's gonna pan out well. Not if I include running in that little notion of mine. But as you can see, I'm already sweating my balls off because, you know, it's starting to get summertime here, and summertime is a nightmare. But can't complain. All I know is I'm gonna go ahead, slam down this food real quick, and we're gonna be on our way. All right, so after a good quick pick me up, now we're going to try and head towards the aquarium that's supposed to be here, supposedly. Just got done, you know, watching more fish. They had a whole bunch of koi fish in the pond. It's nice. And just see what else this lovely little maze of ours has in store for us, you know? More casual stuff. Keep it breezy. Easy breezy. Chilling like a villain while I see stuff move that I don't want to deal with, so I'm backing up. Odds are it was a frog, though. But, you know, when noise happens, I don't question it. I go, and then I question it. You know, once I'm in a safe area, I'm not playing investigator here anytime soon. Here we are under the cover of night with a lovely sea tide to calm our nerves, with our image of a glorious whale. I don't know what type it is. I think it's a regular degular humpback whale. Anyhow, right now I am in search of an aquarium, and I cannot seem to find the aquarium, but I could find things that, you know, hint at an aquarium, Pacific Ocean thing, and random dancing, very tanned Okinawan Japanese man. So, you know, it's a work in progress, but I get to see some really cool boats. Now, by really cool boats, I mean, you know, regular, like, oh, hey, you're in primitive age. Like, this is more so primitive age boat, I guess you could say. And then this is when they decided to take boating seriously. And they actually, like, you know, tried. It's like, okay, these little dinghies ain't gonna cut it anymore. We gonna need something to survive the tides, because I'm tired of seeing my friends getting knocked off and eaten by sharks. You know, regular caveman stuff. Or just regular, actually, no, that's too far back. Cavemen weren't in charge of boats. Or were they? But no, history jumble aside, I'm in a museum now. They offered me to go to a planetary thing. I'm like, oh, you want to go to a planetarium? Right now, you guys only accept cash. And I have very little, at least physical cash on hand. I only have my card. And like $30 in cash. So far, I've been getting lucky, and nothing's needed like more than that allotment that I have for myself. So let's hope we can keep it that way. All right, so we have made it, finally, after so many sidetracks. And gotta say, it's nice. It's just the fact that now my wallet is screaming for help. So there's that lovely experience. But hey, look on the bright side. Big fish. That's about as far as I get with that. I will say we live in quite the marvel. With these, I was like trying to find a word there. With these relics living amongst us, creatures lost in time, forgotten, and left
undisturbed for eons, until we found them.
I never thought I'd live to see the day, but I can see an actual cuttlefish in person. It's about time, and it's quite lovely. Like, look at this thing. He's just chilling. He's having a fun time, man. Although my phone can't seem to focus, which is also fun. Hold on, gotta get the angle. He's too bright. He can't handle the scenic view. But nah, he's just sitting there. And you got, like, his other buddies gasping for air, which is also a fun thing. You already know what it is. I always have to capture my boys. Their beauty knows no bounds. Look at him. I would say his beak is messed up a little bit, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. At least he's a life away from predators. That being said, though, at least he can use a little bit of a trim. Hey, look at that. Look like he got... I know it's hard to see because he turned his head now, but it looks like he got a little, like, divot. Because it's not, like... I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. It looks like it's a little bit overgrown, though. Just a tiny bit. And then they have the glorious skinks. Yes. Look at them. He just tried attacking me, and he's doing it again. The most active one of all. Dude, I can't wait to get, like, an actual, like, blue-tongue skink, one of the big boys. That'll be in my future. But here, we have a lovely little... If you can even see, because my reflection, I see my legs in there. Like, what's happening? He's cranking his leg. But he's just chilling. Alive, dead, who knows? Can I even see if he's breathing? Don't look like it. Okay, so we're just gonna keep on moving. Keep it moving. Can we see anybody in here? Is the question. No, because there's an unholy amount of glare. What about, no, that's just regular small terrariums. And then this is what I'm talking about. It's just that. Nothing too fancy. All right, so sun in my eyes and some exhausted legs in my arsenal. We got our little apple juice, fruit juice thing for the day. I say pretty productive day.
we'll wrap it up and catch you in the next little wandering journey, you know? But look at that. All that sweat. And then some of it like turned into like it dried up and turned into like little what's the best way to explain it without sounding dirty, I guess. It dried up and crusted over. I don't know. There's no way to like spin it in a positive light. God, dude. But as always, I appreciate. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I should catch you on the next little wonder. Yeah, little wander. Yeah, I'll say that. Catch you on the next little wander.